body moving. Stretch those arms. Sit back, relax. Get yourself a nice cold glass of water. Beat that heat today. Buckle up for some man-hour NFL talk. The only place you get live, raw, uncut NFL talk. Top 9 offenses have been released. Trey Lance is quarterback number 3. And the Miami Dolphins want a running back? But first.
And now, Mike's thoughts.
As we dive into the NFL season, people are criticizing other people on their body appearances. You can say it's body shaming, or you can say it is calling it the way it is, right? Ryan Clark and Tua Tagovailoa are going head-to-head. Tua says, and I quote, "Keep my name out your mouth." A lot like Will Smith did, right? Ryan Clark went on a show. I don't remember what show it is. I read the article. But he basically called Tua thick. Tua supporting the new orange sleeve tattoo. And Ryan Clark basically said that we know that that Tua was not in the gym. He was not at the table either. But he's happy and he's thick. And Tua comes back and says, "Keep my name out your mouth, Ryan Clark. I don't care what you think about how I look. I'm going to have a good season," basically he said. And then I got to sit back and I got to thinking here. Do we have the right to call athletes out of shape? Do we have the platform to say X person doesn't look in shape, X person does look in shape? It happens all the time. Right here on the Man Hour Facebook page, Joey posted a picture of Zeke looking a little thick. We talk about Zion Williams being thick all the time. Hell, I just posted a picture of Chris Jones, a Super Bowl Chris Jones and like minicamp Chris Jones, right? Chris Jones. Nice and thick. Listen, if you don't want to be criticized about how you look on the field, thickness, out of shape, sloppy, slow, whatever, don't be that way. A person once told me is you only get upset when things are true. You only get upset when people are saying the right things. Tua does look thick out there. He does look a little out of shape. Now, was that by design because he's going to get his ass kicked by that terrible offensive line all season long? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. But Tua clapping back at Ryan Clark. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think sports analysts, sports shows have the, I guess, right to call people thick, out of shape, or just sloppy? I'm just saying. Let me know. Also, Tua says, and if we need to get scrappy, we can get scrappy. Just saying. Just saying, he says. If we need to get scrappy, we can get scrappy. Come on, man. Man, we don't got to go to the streets. We're just talking shit. Whatever. It is what it is. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
On the beat every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know, coming to the sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the court. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, still listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Starts like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're out the dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches, won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
Sometimes, guys, you just got to give yourself a black screen. Let the beat build in the headphones a little bit. And sit back and just get excited for some NFL football talk. The season is here. The NFL season is here. Get excited because what is up, Man Hour Nation? This is Michael Buckasher with the Man Hour. Head over to manhour.co. That's C-O. manhour.co. Check out the blog section. Check out the merchandise check-in. Check out the listen section. Check out the watch section. Go over there and enjoy a website that I have built from the ground up. And I am no website builder by any means. Don't get it twisted. So don't expect it to be blown away awesome graphics and all that other stuff. But it's just me doing what I think looks cool and whatever, right? If you guys got any insights and saying, hey, Buck, this might work a little better. This might work a little better. Maybe this will look better. I don't know. Just let me know. I'd be curious what you guys think. We do got a show lineup for you today. Kind of shooting from the hip. I woke up late. I'm not going to lie. I hit that snooze button. Little man curled up. I was like, man. Show starts in an hour. Show starts in 45 minutes. Show starts in a half hour. It is what it is. But guys, if you are new here, consider liking, consider subscribing, consider commenting down below. This is a live interactive show. I see all of your comments and I try to address all of them as they seem fit. We do have the after hour show coming every Tuesday and Friday, guys. So if you guys are interested in some after hour show, it'd be my man, Hafi, and myself. We just sit back, we shoot the shit, we talk about anything you guys want on the NFL side of things. We welcome people on to the show. We give them a platform to promote their platform, and it is just a good time. We did a test run on Monday. On Monday, we did a little test run, and it was received very, very well. So we'll do it every Tuesday and Friday, 10 p.m. East Coast time. Hafi will be joining us, and of course, I'll be there as well, because I got to talk that shit too. I just can't let you guys just trample all over me and call me fat and all this other stuff. Like, I'm not fat. I'm big boned, and I'm not even big boned. My muscle just went from my shoulders to my belly. It is what it is. We do got to welcome some people in the chat, though. We got Danny. Danny in the chat says, good morning. Good morning, Danny. Hope you're having a fantastic day, my man. Stay hydrated out there. You guys got to hydrate. It's going to be the hottest day of the year here in like Indiana. Like be 105, 106 degrees. It is crazy. All activities have been canceled out like outside. But if you're still working, like most adults are, still working out like outside, just be safe out there. Be safe out there. Also got Alpha Rob in the chat as well. What's up, Alpha Rob? Long time no see. Big Buffalo Bills fan there. Got to talk that shit. And Mama Buck and Wifey Buck in the chat as well. What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? But as always, we got to start with the lead block. So let's go ahead and turn the music on. Start with the lead blocks of the day. That is new news that is happening around the NFL world here. And the Buffalo Bills. Let's start with the Buffalo Bills. They have signed linebacker Deshaun White. I'm not for sure if I like this signing, but they do need some linebacker depth, and defense is going to be a very big role for the AFC this season anyways, especially in the AFC East. Loaded AFC East. But yeah, they do sign Deshaun White. Carolina Panthers running back Miles Sanders says he's absolutely playing week 1 in the regular season opener versus the Atlanta Falcons. That's what I like to hear, baby. He says, my manhood is going to be fine. My manhood is going to be A-okay, because he does have a string growing. He says, regular season, give me that ball. Give me that rock. Let me tote it. Let me beat those dirty birds down. That's what I like to hear. Miles Sanders. Speaking of the Carolina Panthers, wide receiver DJ Clark is dealing with the hamstring injury. Team reporter Darren Grant said on Wednesday. He better figure that out. We need... I'm jumping on the Panthers bandwagon. It's official. I'm rooting for the Panthers this season. I like what they're doing. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson says he will be playing Saturday in the preseason finale versus the Kansas City Chiefs. He says he wants to prove that he's a top 10 quarterback still in this league. Talk your shit, Deshaun Watson. Get out there. Show us. I'll be watching that game through and through because we're going to see some starters on the Kansas City side and RCC Deshaun Watson. I want to see Deshaun Watson play well. I do. I want to see that man. Cowboys defensive end Sam Williams was arrested on Sunday for possession of a controlled substance and all lawfully carrying of weapons. It wouldn't be a Dallas Cowboys season if a defensive lineman was not getting arrested. Let's just be honest. Houston Texans wide receiver Tank Dell's status has yet been determined heading into Sunday's preseason game at the New Orleans Saints, Coach DeMarco Ryans has said. They need a little bit of Tank Dell. They need him. Also, C.J. Stroud will start in the final preseason game versus the Saints, as Coach Ryan says as well. And they have actually not named a starter yet. Let's use that. If you guys can't hear me because you're or can't see me because you're watching this on or listening to this on Spotify, those are air quotes. The Houston Texans haven't named a starter yet. Back in July, they're like, yeah, C.J. Stroud is our guy. But now they haven't named a starter. Like, whatever. Get out of here with that crap. Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco has a chance to play on Saturday's preseason finale versus the Browns. Andy Reid told reporters, but he will definitely be ready by week 1. Isaiah, don't play on Saturday, man. Don't do it. We need you healthy for the season. Need you 700%. 700%. That's where we need you. Yeah. Defensive end, second-year player George Karlaftis missed past couple practices due to stomach illness. Get healthy, man. Also, Chris Jones has had no communication with the teams. He says he's going to sit out till week 8. We'll see. We'll see about that. Vikings tight end T.J. Hawkinson is dead his day with back stiffness, Coach Kevin O'Connell said. O'Connell added Hawkinson's recovered from ear infection and Hawkins' absence from the team drills is not related to his contract. What, T.J. Hawkins wants a new contract? Man, you're a subpar tight end. Figure yourself out. Get out there, man. Get out there. Final new news of the day, guys. New York Jets wide receiver Corey Davis announced Wednesday that he has informed the Jets that he is stepping away from football. And the New York Jets have officially put him on the PUP/retired list. So Corey Davis basically said that his heart, his mind isn't in football anymore, and you have to respect that. When a person football is a very hard sport, guys. Many people retire, quit, not because they can't perform on Sundays. It's because the mental preparation for a game is exhausting. 12, 13, 14-hour days, Tuesday through Friday, right? It is a day in, day out, weights, meetings, press conferences, etc. It is tough. It is tough. It is tough. It is tough. It is tough for a pimp out there. But Danny, my man, says my B-day is tomorrow. 41, baby. Ooh, 41, the big 4-1, my man. We all getting old out there, man. We're never getting any younger. I'm close. I'm 37. Shit. No, I'm not 37. I'm 36. How old am I? 36. Yeah, I'm 36. Yeah. Damn. We getting old, Danny. We are getting old out there. But speaking of birthdays, man, let me ask you guys this question. Me as a man, right, as a person in general, my birthday is kind of like, yeah, it is what it is, right? Like, I don't take off work. I don't like, oh, it's birthday month every season, right? Right? Like, I don't hype it up. Like, it's just another day for me. But then there's people around me that are like, oh, it's Leo month. What's up, Leo? Stick together. Oh, birthday week, birthday month. Oh. They take off like a whole week for their birthday and like, oh, I'm living it up. Guys, is that a guy thing to like not really care if it's a girl thing to like live up, Leo month, whatever. I mean, actually, I think it is like an astronomy thing. Let's just be honest. I think it is an astronomy thing because I don't see like Aries boasting about birthday 6 weeks or whatever. Oh, I don't see Pisces doing it. I don't see, I don't know, whatever else is out there. It seems to be Leos. Leos are like, oh, birthday month. Danny, aren't you a Leo with your birthday being tomorrow? The big 4-1. Are you a birthday connoisseur, man? Are you like, oh, Leo season, rise up, baby? Let me know. Like, I'm just kind of curious. If you're listening in general, guys, let me know. Are you like a celebration all month, all week long for your birthday? Or you're just like, yeah, whatever it is, what it is. I feel like there's no middle ground. It is extreme opposites, right? Either it's you're freaking excited about it, or you're all like, ah. He says, no, we're in Virgo season. Oh, my bad. Virgo season. Oh, it's Virgo season. Represent. I'm not trying to mock your birthday, Danny. I'm very happy birthday, man. 41 is a great number to be at. Yeah. Leo was the first week, and we're in the last week of August. Yeah, I don't understand how all the astronomy thing works or whatever. Wasn't because I'm actually like an Aries, right? And at some point when like Pluto was no longer a planet, they took me out of Aries and made me like a Pisces or something. I don't know. And then I was like, what? Like, how does that work? Like, just because we don't have a planet anymore, like all of a sudden, like everything in my life changes. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm no geological scientist, doctor person. I can play one on TV. I am a pretty good actor. I've never acted a day before in my life, but I feel like I could be a really good actor. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, man. Already out there talking shit. Is this a football show or an astronomy show? Where's Jonathan Taylor going to go? We're going to talk about Jonathan Taylor, Hoffy. Talk your shit out there, Hoffy. Guys, Hoffy is the man behind the man hour right now. Hoffy, this is the banter session, man. I can talk about what I want. I brought up my man's birthday, talking about his birthday. I just, damn, let us live, Hoffy. He's like, reel that show in. All right, guys. So I was on NFL.com late last night. I got an alert on my phone saying that, what is the reporter's name? Let me give the reporter some. Adam Scheinan. Never heard of the guy, but he is a contributing columnist for NFL.com. So with that being said, this guy posted the top 9 offenses that he thinks will be in 2023. Not top 10, because who cares about 10? I'm only going to give you 9, right? So I was intrigued. I was intrigued by the simple fact that, hey, top 9 offenses in the league mean obviously you're going to have your people at the top. You're going to have the Kansas City Chiefs. You're going to have the Buffalo Bills. You're going to have the Eagles. You're probably going to have the Cowboys, right? You're going to have those teams up at the top. So I opened up the list, and right off the bat, my man wants to fire shots. My man wants to be like, you know what? No holds bar here. Opening sentence says Kansas City Chiefs are not number 1. Okay, I can respect that. Right? I mean, there are better offenses as a whole, I think, out there better than the Kansas City Chiefs. So we start scrolling down the article, scrolling down. Finally, like halfway through the article, it comes to number 9. Number 9 comes the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers were 13th in points last season and 9th in yards last season. So he thinks he'll have the number 9 offense this season going into 2023. Now, I've been on record saying I do think the Chargers are probably one of the most dangerous teams, the highest ceiling and the lowest floor of all the NFL teams. They can be really good or really bad, right? There's no middle ground for the Chargers. Either really good or really bad. It all comes down to Brandon Staley and their coaching. So I'm like, damn. Okay, if the Chargers are 9, who comes in at number 8? And And I do agree with number 8. It is the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys were 4th in points last season and 11th in yards last season. So number 8 kind of seems kind of right there in the middle, right? Another season with CeeDee Lamb. They add a little bit of Brandon Cooks. They added Deuce Vaughn. That's going to be a great X factor for them. And Michael Gallup back. Ooh, get me some Michael Gallup. This could be a very potent offense, right? And then this is kind of where I start scratching my head. This is where I'm like, what in the God green gracious are you talking about, my man? Because this hype for this team is absolutely freaking stupid. This team last year was 29th in points and 25th in yards. And this person thinks that the New York Football Jets will be the 7th ranked offense in 2023. All because they added Aaron Rodgers and Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb. What? Okay, now I'm like, well, shit, if the Jets are number 7 and the Chiefs are not number 1, do I dare scroll down the rest of the page? Do I want to get really upset? And then he has the Cincinnati Bengals at number 6. The Bengals were 7th in points last year and 8th in total yards last season. The Bengals arguably have one of the best wide receiver cores in the entire league. Second best quarterback in the league in Joe Burrow. They have T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, right? They added Orlando Brown Jr. to that offensive line to solidify it a little bit, moving Jonah Williams over to the right tackle. Possibly one of much improved offensive line. Number 6, I'm like, okay, bet. Now we have five teams left. In my mind, I'm thinking, Eagles, Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, maybe the 49ers, right? I'm thinking who can be number 1 if the Chiefs are not number 1? Top 5 here. And then this is the biggest head scratcher of them all. The biggest head scratcher of them all. The Jacksonville Jaguars come in at number 5. They were 10th in points last season and 10th in yards last season. This guy is buying everything about the Trevor Lawrence hype. This man is on Trevor Lawrence MVP hype level train. He is talking his shit like Christian Kirk is. Christian Kirk says the Jacksonville's are the best receiver core in the NFL. There's no holding them back. They have future Hall of Famers. They will be the best offense in the league, yada, yada, yada. Number 5. Number 5? What? Then, number 4. Now it starts to make a little bit more sense. Philadelphia Eagles come in at number 4. Apparently, he thinks they're going to take a step back. They were 4th in points last season and 4th in yards. 3rd in points and 3rd in yards. Coming in at 4th. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. You got DeAndre Swift now. Jalen Hurts. Of course, taking away the RPO is going to really hurt the Eagles. But then at number 3, you have the Buffalo Bills. 2nd in points last year. 2nd in yards. Taking a step back. Technically, right? Coming in at number 3rd. Then the Chiefs are at number 2. The Chiefs were 1st in points last season and 1st in yards last season as well. Now, I do understand the hype around the Chiefs, but I do understand the reserve about the Chiefs as well. I'm kind of on the reserve side of things a little bit. I'm like, I do like the receiver core. I do like what Justin Ross has done in the offseason. I do like Travis Kelce still. I still like MVS. I still like Sky Moore, Isaiah Pacheco. But then he has the San Francisco 49ers at number 1. The San Francisco 49ers as the best offense going into 2023. We didn't even know who the starting quarterback was for the San Francisco 49ers until like 2 days ago. Brock Purdy will start. Now, they do have CMC. They still have Debo. Their offense is not terrible by any means, right? They were 6th in points last season and 5th in yards last season, respectively. But what did they do to go from 5 to number 1 this off season? what did they do? And do you guys notice a team that is missing? Do you notice a team that is missing? The Miami Dolphins are not there. You do not see the Miami Dolphins anywhere on there. You don't hear nothing about the Detroit Lions. We don't hear nothing about the Minnesota Vikings. This man has the Chargers at 9, the Cowboys at 8, the Jets at 7, the Bengals at 6, the Jaguars at number 5, the Eagles at 4, the Buffalo Bills at 3, the Chiefs at 2, and the San Francisco 49ers at number 1. Now, this is all offense, strictly offense, no special teams, no defense. This is not the power rankings. This is the best offenses of 2023. We all do respect. Where are the Miami Dolphins? When we think of potent offenses in the league, how are we not looking at the Miami Dolphins? How are they even not on the top 9 list? Guys, in the comments below, if you're listening here, if you have a chance to comment, are the Miami Dolphins a top 9 offensive team in 2023? Is leaving them off of this top 9 list a mistake? For the people in the back, for Arthur Brown that is not hearing me correctly here, let me ask this again. Are the Miami Dolphins a top 9 offense in 2023? They're off the list right now. They're not even in the top 9. Now, they might be number 10 because whatever reason this guy didn't do 10, he did number 9. But not even a top 9 offense? What? Oh, man. Wait, still don't know how Purdy's arm is holding up. So, Hoffy, man hour. The reports are that Brock Purdy is 100%. The reports are that Brock Purdy is stronger than ever. Now, we all know when we hear that is all fluff at the end of the day, right? We will not be able to really distinguish it until week 1 when the 49ers play the Steelers. Because we are not going to see Brock Purdy this preseason. We're probably not going to see Sam Darnold either. We will talk about that quarterback situation in San Francisco here coming up. But yeah. Swamp Party. We always need more views, man. Can never think about this. Danny says, I think that's a huge mistake. Indy is making no offense without JT. Let's talk a little bit about JT here, because this plays right into the Miami Dolphins offense here. The Indianapolis Colts are a rebuilding team, right? They drafted a rookie quarterback. They are kind of rebuilding on the defensive side of the ball. For whatever reason, they let some of their better players on the defensive side go. But when we look at the Indianapolis Colts roster here, they are not terrible without Jonathan Taylor. We forget that they still got the Mac attack. They still have a pretty good running back in the Mac attack, Marlon Mack. Yes, he will miss, I believe it is 6 more weeks with that broken arm. But he'll be back by week 4. But let's say, in theory, somehow, some way, a trade does happen. Somehow, some way, a trade does happen with Jonathan Taylor and, let's say, the Miami Dolphins. Because for whatever reason, the Miami Dolphins are all in on this Jonathan Taylor thing here. If the Indianapolis Colts do get a trade for Jonathan Taylor done, they want a first-round pick. So they're obviously not going to let him go for anything less than a first-round pick. Now, if you get a couple 2s or, three picks that are second and third-round picks, possibly, right? But let's say, in theory, they get the first-round pick. That gives you a less of a headache moving into the season. You don't have to worry about keeping everybody happy. Zach Moss is a really good running back. Zach Moss is kind of underrated. He comes from Buffalo, right? He was drafted in 2020, and they still have Marlon Mack. That is a nice 1-2 punch. And if you want to go out there and you want to get a Kareem Hunt, has already visited Indy, I'm not for sure what exactly happened, but a contract wasn't presented or offered or whatever, because maybe they're hoping JT will come back. But there are still a couple running backs out there. Still got Leonard Fournette, still got Kareem Hunt. The loss of Jonathan Taylor will hurt on the surface, but deep down, when you dive deeper into the season, it could be a blessing in disguise. It could be the Tyreek Hill trade to the Miami Dolphins, a blessing in disguise. Because when you trade arguably one of your best players away and you get compensation in return, that opens up the room. Think about the Kansas City Chiefs here. I don't mean to make everything about the Chiefs, but this is a great example. Many people said that the Chiefs were going to have a down year because they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. This was last season, right? They're going to have a down year because their number one receiver is no longer there. What did the Chiefs do? They went to the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl, had the best offense in the NFL. Why? Because you didn't know where the ball was going to go. You didn't know who was going to be that star receiver that particular day. Now, on the running back side of things, it is a little bit different. Yes, there's only one running back on the field 9 times out of 10, right? He can only run to the left or run to the right. I get it. But when Jonathan Taylor is in the game, 80% of the time, he's probably going to touch the ball. When you don't have Jonathan Taylor in there, you have Marlon Mack. You have Zach Moss, right? Both in there, ready to make some noise. Are we going to run an RPO with Anthony Richard? Are we going to run a quick pass with Alex Pierce? Is Michael Pittman Jr. going to finally catch a ball? Guys, I think I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say I think that the Indianapolis Colts are a better team without Jonathan Taylor in the long term. Now, obviously, week 1, week 2, week 3, it is going to be a blow. But you have to look at it like this as well. New head coach, new offensive coordinator. Jonathan Taylor hasn't been there since ever, right? All the running backs have been working in is with the new scheme. Jonathan Taylor hasn't been working in that new scheme yet. Jonathan Taylor hasn't set foot on that practice field. So I understand what you're saying, Danny. On the surface, it does make sense. It does make that they will be worse off. But slow it down. Slow it down, baby. Let's not be stupid. The Colts will be okay. Anthony Richardson's is going to be okay. Michael Pittman Jr. is going to eat this year. Give the boss a Zach attack. They'll be all right. And if they're not all right, another first-round pick. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Scroll down here. He may be strong now, but how about 8 games when he's throwing 250 times? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Adding those QB hits to the arm and shoulder. What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Are we talking about Brock Purdy? San Francisco 49ers gave up a 23 second, third, and fourth round picks in 25 round selection. There's no way they're getting a first rounder, especially when the team has to give him a contract. Are we talking about Trey Lance here? Are we talking about Trey Lance? Did I miss something? Danny says they will need they'll need him. Yes, running back. Yes, running back is backs. But he's a bit different. Offense different maker. Why would you think Philly wants him? Makes their run game more stronger, I guess, is the battery thing. So there are teams out there that have reached out for Jonathan Taylor services, right? There are teams out there that have, definitely said, hey, what are you really, really wanting from this trade? Philadelphia Eagles have become a front runner, right? I don't know why. Yes, they do have one of the best offensive lines in the league. They also picked up DeAndre Swift this off season. They also have what's his name? Rashawn Penny and Boston Scott as well. Both very good running backs. Not a featured running back by any means, but let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles side of things here. If you bring in a JT to Philly, what of your 4 running backs are you going to cut? You can't keep 5 running backs. Everybody can't eat. Are you going to let DeAndre Swift go? Probably not. I mean, you traded for him. Do you let Rashad Penny go? Kenneth Gainwell? Boston Scott? I understand why the Eagles have reached out to the Colts. Because why not? We have the money. We have a Super Bowl caliber team right now. But do you want to really let one of those guys go? I don't think so. Now, the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins have been in trade talks all offseason about getting a running back for whatever reason, right? They were interested in Dalvin Cook. They were interested in Zeke. They've been interested in Josh Jacobs. They called the Raiders, and the Raiders were like, nah, we're not trading our guy. Get out of here, and hung up the phone. For whatever reason, the Miami Dolphins have been in this quarterback or this running back reach out phase, right? Now they do have Rasheed Mostert, 31 years old, right? Kind of that workhorse, kind of that dog. Jeff Wilson Jr. from the 49ers, kind of that dog as well. Also have Myles Gaskin still. I don't know if he still has anything left in the tank, but we'll see. So I understand why the Miami Dolphins are reaching out to these running backs. But there is a reason why Dalvin Cook never went to Miami to visit. There's a reason why Zeke never went out to visit. There's a reason why Kareem Hunt hasn't went out there to visit. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I could just be throwing spaghetti at a wall. Maybe because they know all they're going to do is block. Let's just be honest. You have Tyreek Hill. You have Jalen Waddle. Do you really want to run the ball? You also have who's their number 3 receiver? I can't think of him right now. Do you really want to run the ball? Now, Jonathan Taylor to the Miami Dolphins. It makes sense, right? Nice pass catching back, nice power back, and he can block. Still 24 years old, but do you have the cap room? Do you have the draft capital? I don't know. I mean, obviously you can make everything work at somehow, some way. Money's just arbitrary. It's just things on paper, right? You rob Peter to pay Paul all the time. Signing bonuses, this and this, whatever, right? So, yes, in theory, it could work for the Miami Dolphins. But do the Miami Dolphins want to give up a first-round draft pick for Jonathan Taylor? Then can they turn around and pay him $20 million a season? Because that's probably what he's going to want. He wants some CMC money, which is about $20 million a season. When we think about this, on the surface, everything makes sense. Yes, go to Miami. They instantly probably become at least a top 9 offense, right? Compared to what's the man saying? They didn't even have him up there. Everything makes sense. But for whatever reason, running backs are not flocking to Miami. For whatever reason, the top tier free agent running backs are not flocking there. Could it be because of the system? Could it be because of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and they realize they're not going to carry the ball that that much? Do they realize that they have like 5 running backs that they rotate through every game? I'm just curious. Why are teams not going there? Jonathan Taylor to Miami makes sense on the surface, but I do not see it happening. The Eagles cannot afford Jonathan Taylor. I like him in Miami. This is coming from a Patriots fan liking him in Miami. The Eagle, just like I said, Hoffy, everything in the NFL, everything can make happen. Yes, Patrick Mahomes signed a $500 million deal, but you realize he's only getting like $6 million this season, and everything's backloaded. They just keep converting stuff into signing bonus so they can keep people happy, keep people there. Money is just arbitrary. It's just saying, yeah, we paid him. Yeah, we did a little bit of this. Yeah, we did that. But it is what it is. Speaking of it is what it is, the San Francisco 49ers. Put some respect on that name. San Francisco 49ers. Apparently going to be the best NFL in the league. The best offense in the NFL this year, right? They have officially named their starter in Brock Purdy. But we all kind of saw that writing on the wall all off season and on how last season performed, right? But quarterback 2 was a competition, right? Sam Darnold has officially been named quarterback 2 for the San Francisco 49ers. After that news came out, Trey Lance did not show up to practice, or he actually left and did not practice that next day, which was yesterday. People are all speculating, saying, oh, the writing is on the wall. He is getting cut. He's getting traded. He's getting released, yada, yada, yada. If you guys have watched San Francisco training camp at all, you know that Sam Darnold has had the best camp. Sam Darnold has outperformed Brock Purdy. Sam Darnold has outperformed Trey Lance. Sam Darnold should probably be at quarterback 1 in San Francisco, but Brock Purdy is the guy. Therefore, making Trey Lance QB3. Now, Coach Kyle Shanahan said that Trey Lance will be playing in the final preseason game on Friday. He will play at least a half, as what Kyle Shanahan has said. Now, I said this last week when I kind of seen the writing on the wall, anyways, because Sam Darnold has been outperforming everybody on that quarterback room. I said that Trey Lance needs to have a good week 2 preseason game for him to have an opportunity to play somewhere else. Now, week 3, Trey Lance has to play out of his mind. If Trey Lance wants to end up on an NFL roster this season with the opportunity to play, he needs to play out of his mind. Now, I do not think the San Francisco 49ers will outright cut him, because you have that emergency quarterback situation. Is basically the 49er rule. So why would you want to cut a guy that you could put on practice squad as emergency quarterback and suit him up every week just in case, right? There is no reason not to have him. But when we look at it, the San Francisco 49ers used 3 first-round picks to move up to get Trey Lance. Moved up. Gave 3 first-round picks to move up to Trey Lance. 3. And this man hasn't played more than like 5 games for them. So we have to ask the question, is Trey Lance truly a bust? Is Trey Lance truly just not built for the NFL? When Trey Lance was drafted that high, we were all kind of scratching our heads anyways, right? He hadn't played a full season since 2019 at that particular time. He came from North Dakota State, which he put up good numbers. He won a lot of games, but they were a very run-heavy offense, which is what he does in San Francisco, but that's besides the point. and they were basically a D1 college playing Division II teams. Let's just call it a spade. Because after that season, their head coach, Klein, came down to the Kansas State University, took over Bill Snyder's job, brought his guys down from North Dakota, put them in Manhattan, Kansas, and bada bing, bada boom, Kansas State is instantly a top 20, 25 team. So obviously they had their talent at North Dakota State was far superior than everybody else. High school football team versus against JAV guys, right? It is what it is. But is Trey Lance a bust? We've said it several different ways. Been kind of waffling around the answer for the last year, right? And the answer is no. Trey Lance is not a bust. Because to be deemed a bust, you have to play more than 5 games in the NFL. Yes, last year he started week 1. Looked meh, right? Week 2, 3 plays in, broke his leg. Previous year, came in, week 7, week 8 when Jimmy G got hurt, played a couple games. Jimmy G came back. Obviously, his rookie year, he didn't play at all, really, I don't think. I think he came in for 1 game, threw a touchdown. People go crazy. Oh, he's a guy of the future, and we never saw him on the field again. Maybe Kyle Shanahan just doesn't like him. But let me know in the comments below. Is Trey Lance a bust? Yes or no? Is Trey Lance just not built for the NFL? Or maybe Trey Lance is built for a different team. Maybe Trey Lance is built for, wait for it, let it simmer, let it build. Maybe Trey Lance to the Arizona Cardinals just makes that much more sense. Maybe Trey Lance to the Houston Texans makes that much more sense. CJ Stroud technically hasn't been named starter yet. Give the man a shot. D'Amico Ryans. Talk about it in the offseason anyways. Make it happen. Does Trey Lance get traded, guys, to the Arizona Cardinals, Houston Texans, Miami, Tampa Bay? Could go on and on and on. That is it for today, guys. See you tomorrow, 10 a.m. East Coast time. We out. He would. He would be a great fit for the Seahawks. Fantastic.